major service on a Mitsubishi Outlander. This is the DID model and it's a 2013 is the year. So what we will be doing is oil filter, air filter, fuel filter replacement. And the first thing I'm going to do is make room to access the fuel filter, which is all the way up the back here. And because I'm doing the air filter, I am going to completely remove the air intake piping there to leave space to get in at the back here. So when I do that, there's 2 button clips here, 1, 2. There is a 10mm down here. These clips disconnect the top to gain access to the air filter itself, and then it will be a case of this clip here and see how much room I have to swing the cable. If not, I'll be disconnecting the airflow meter as well. Okay, when you're removing these 2 front clips, you lift up the lid of the air filter box and these clips at the back here come out. So see them retaining clips on either side. Just put on the light for you. There and there. They slot in there and there. And that is the air filter now. That can come out. So I'm just going to leave the top of the air filter box to the side, leave the cables connected because I'd say I have enough room, and now it's just about gaining access to the fuel filter. So we will need to disconnect this electrical connector here. Just to make that additional bit of room for myself, I just used a hook and pulled the air intake pipe out of the way. And then that just leaves me enough room that I can gain access to this fuel filter quite easy now. So this connection here is a push down. So that button there, push straight down, pull back. But to remove this casing here, which is just shielding it, you have to remove that nut. And on the lower end down here, so straight in where my finger is, there's also the same size nut that needs to be removed. I don't know if you can see it. I think you can just about see it there. That nut in there needs to be removed. So if the 2 nuts removed, they're 12mm on either side. So if you're wondering about the inside one, you get an idea from the bracket there. That's the hole where it comes out. So now we have a clear view of the housing. So this whole housing comes off then, and the only thing I'm left to do is remove a few items so I can put the filter up on the bench with the housing all together, which will be the pipes. I'll take off both of these. If they're not already marked, I suggest you mark them just in case of the same diameter of pipes and you won't get them mixed up. This clip here, you will want to remove that to allow that loom to move out of the way. And lastly, it will be this connector here, that electrical connector on the inside. That will also need to be removed, which is a push in and pull back clip as well. Alright, so I have all the top items removed. It literally is just the pipes left, and I wanted to show on this one it's already marked, so you can see the paint marks from factory. Blue, red and red. So I won't need to put any markings on this. It'll be just the pliers for these clips. Pull them down and I'll put the filter and housing on the bench then and remove the filter. So if the filter and housing removed, what I will do is I'm going to drain the fuel out of it. So this plug here does that, and then I'm going to fit the new filter. I'll bring this over to the vise, which will give me a grip on the top of the housing, and then I will twist the bottom off. I'll also have to remove this bottom cap completely and swap it into the new one. With the fuel filter now out on the bench, I'm just comparing them to make sure it's the correct type. This is the new rubber seal that comes with it, and that gets replaced from that rubber seal that screws into the bottom of the filter. This was the strap I used to remove it. You can use anything you want pretty much. You could use a multi-grips, or you could use a chain as well, oil filter removal chain. And with that being the right filter, it's ready to swap over the seals and screw that back in position. Before I put the filter back up in position, I'm going to fill it up to the top with diesel, which I've just done. That helps eradicate air from the lines, makes it easier to start if you do that. The lines here I have just blanked. I usually have caps to fit over them, but what I did was just use plastic and 2 cable ties. I'm now going to screw this back in position. Make sure the diesel that you're putting in is perfectly clean. You do not want any dirt or any contaminants going in with the diesel into the fuel filter. Filter and housing back in position now. I don't have the nuts put on or the bracket. What I will do is put these hoses back on, so the clips need to go back up and secure down. Once I have that done, I will put this bracket back in position, and then I will start to fit the rest of the air intake system and electrical connections all around afterwards. Fuel filter is back in position, all the electrical connections are put back, loom is rerouted also, and the 2 12mm bolts are tightened up for this bracket here. So the next thing I'm going to do is the air filter, which I've already taken out, and I've cleaned out the box. Make sure that there's no dirt left in it afterwards. After I fit the air filter, it'll be on to replacing the engine oil and oil filter. So this is the new air filter here. I was just comparing to make sure it was the right one. As you can see, I think this air filter may need changing. It's extremely bad. So I'm going to pop that air filter in now. So I have the air filter now back in position. So it's just about putting this on again. And these notches fit down at the back. And then you lock the clips in position. So make sure that the back is held in, so just a quick feel to make sure that it's locked into them clips, and it is. So that is now down. I have the 10mm back in position. I'm going to put this hose onto here now, tighten that up, and then it'll be just the air breather through here. Air breather pipe is back on. Tighten up the clamp, which is the 10mm again. So the vehicle is now in the air. That is the sump nut there. That is a 17mm, and if you come towards the front of the engine, the oil filter is located right here. It's a steel type, so it's just a spin on. So to remove the filter, I use my 1/2-inch ratchet and my adjustable claw. It's a 2-way adjustable claw. Down here is the dipstick. And what you will want to do is make sure that it's filled up to that mark there, which is the maximum level. You don't want to exceed that, you just want to be on that line. So what I recommend you doing is putting in a certain amount that is a safe amount, depending on your engine side. This is a 2.2 diesel, so I know I can safely put in 4 litres, 4 to 4.5, start the engine, and then I'll re-dip it again after the filter has been filled with oil and so on. That is the safe way to dip your oil. Make sure you have a safe amount in, which is above the minimum level, then restart it and dip again, and then you just fill it up to the max line. I have the oil now topped up to the level. I restarted the engine and re-dipped it, so it's now at its maximum line. I'm just going to start the engine for a final time and make sure everything is running smooth. Well, that's it guys, everything is now done and the service is now complete. I hope you found this video useful and you got some information that'll make it easier for you to carry this out if you want to do it, or just to give you the knowledge on what's involved to carry out a service in a Mitsubishi Outlander. Again, this is a 2013 model. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.